What week is it? I think we're into week 7 now for Nothing New Rehashed Poo. The new album from Koit. And Koit happens to be me. This one here, this person. Anyway, so what's been happening this week? So, this is about outputting stems. And what we mean by that, stems, is tracks. So, as an example, this one here called drums. So that entire track there from between this marker and this out marker is what will be output as a drum stem. So what I've got to do now is output each of these stems, i.e. each of these tracks, at the base level without any processing, so that my producer can take them all in dry and then apply relevant effects to make the overall song fully produced. So, my first point of call, I've loaded in Dancing Willy, Dancing Poo 2. I save it as, we will call it, rather than a vocal track, we're going to call it stems. And then I will look for anything that I'm not going to use. So, this is a MIDI drum track, which I'm not going to use. It's a muted track anyway. The cymbal track, you can see I've got nothing on that layer, so that can go. We'll remove that. Are there any other empty tracks? No there. Right, we don't need the main tunes. Chorus emphasis. I don't know what that is. It's muted for some reason. Let me have a look. Oh, I know why. I was going to have that in the song, but I wanted the emphasis only to be in the end part of the song, because then it signifies a build. If you had it all the way through, it'd be a bit boring. So that's how many tracks I need to output. All them. Make sure they're all named appropriately. They look like they are. So first off, let's save that. So I've got the stems, I've got my... Not stems, sorry, I've got the tracks prepped, as in just the ones I want to output. I've got the indicators in and out. I'll save it again, and then what I want to do now is I go up to the studio, mix console, and I will reset everything. So at the moment you can see certain things have certain volumes. I'm going to reset all, which puts everything to 0. So everything to default level, if you will. And then I'm going to export the audio mixdown of that. And we're going to select the folder I want. So in this case, it's going to be Dancing Willy, Dancing Poo and the stems folder. I will grab the full name of it, which is that, Dancing Willy, Dancing Poo. Go back here, go boom. And then, rather than outputting just one track, I need to output all the instrument tracks and all the audio channels. So that's drums plus vocals. Then I'll export audio. And it's as simple as that. That said, it's still a 3 to 5 minute process that I need to do for all of the tracks that I need to output ready for my producer. And then I need to send them to him via WeTransfer or something. So it can be a time-consuming overall process. But hey, it's part of what I've got to do. And now onto the artwork. So I had a submission on one of the Koit Lives. I asked for some inspiration for the artwork for my new album, Nothing New Rehashed Poo. And I had one from Dan Av that was very interesting. So this is what he sent, right? And I thought it was a cool idea. So we'd use old fonts that I've used before. The standard Koit blue and white background, which I like. I always like blue. It's my favourite colour. And then have a peeking out of old characters around the edge of it. I really like the idea. It was like a way of saying, you know, these characters are coming back, but slyly. And I really enjoyed that. So I'm using his as inspiration. And I want to thank you, Dan Av, for that inspiration. It is well received. And I'm going to use your idea. So on that basis, this is what I created already. So I didn't quite do exactly what he wanted with the fonts, but I thought this worked best. So Still use the blocks, still use the Scabs fonts, but then chose 2 different ones for these parts, and add the Koit at the bottom. Now, character-wise, I'm not going to use what he put because I want characters that appear in animations from this album. So I've chosen these 7 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got My Bum Goes Man, the Fart Guy, Mad Jim, one of the shits from Two Turds, Clinker Man, Trudy, Flying Bum, and Stuart, all who get their own songs on this album. So what I'm going to do is just look at placement of these characters. So obviously I think Flying Bum, based on his width, looks like he's going to appear nicely at the top. So I'm going to place him right now. So we'll untick the FB layer and we will place him up here. And because he's a graphic and not a photo one, I can make it bigger without affecting the quality. So because we only want him peeking out, maybe that. And then I've just aligned him horizontally. Look, so I want to do this. Shortcut, it automatically aligns horizontally. And then I'm going to shift him up a bit. So that's Flying Bum peeking over the top there. And you'll see when I take off the mask, which shows you the final thing. In fact, if I do this now, look, you can only see what physically appears here. So if I untick the mask, you can see everything outside of the masked area. And I don't know if Flying Bum worked, actually. It might be worthwhile just doing that so we can see partial his cape. I may reduce his size, actually. Let's do that. Just because I want to take the character away from the font. Let's see if that works. Not quite as good. Up it slightly. Try that. Ah! That works better. You know it's Flying Bum from the yellow and the red, but it's not too much coming in. So there's Flying Bum. And now we'll undo the mask and we'll place these other characters. So let's start with Trudy. So we'll take her head, modify, transform, scale. We're going to up her size. And then we're going to modify, transform, rotate counterclockwise. And then we have her just doing that, which is what I think Dan had on his version. So it's just like the eyes are just peeking. So let's have a look. There you go. It's quite cheeky in it. I like that. So there's Trudy just peeking. We will have maybe Mad Jim also on this side. So I'm going to rotate that. And all I've done was I took these symbols from their own respective animations. Let's up his size to make his head roughly Trudy's size. There we go. Let's do that. Let's see if that works. Yep, I like that. You know it's him. And we'll have the turd at the top. So, two turds. There he is. We'll rotate that 90 degrees counterclockwise. Didn't want to move that point. And we'll just do that. So you know it's the turd. And then all we've got to do is align these 3 characters, right? So I think the turd's fine. We'll move Mad Jim. How do you do vertically again? There we go. No, we need to move him. That's about right. Okay, so now let's have a look at that. That's the first side prepped. That works. Let's do the far side now. So let's start with Clinker Man at the bottom because of his hat, I think. So Clinker, boom. Let's drag him over. Oh no. Let's whack him over there. Modify, transform. I'm going to rotate him clockwise this time, so his head goes that way. Modify, transform, scale. He's got technically a bigger head than Trudy, so he should be like that. Let's see if that works. Yep, that's cheeky. Take the fat off. Then we'll Who else did I have? Stuart can go at the top because I don't want two weirdos right next to each other. Even though all of my characters are weirdos. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Modify, transform, scale. Let's see if that works. It does. And then, last but not least, my bum guy. My bum goes chap. Fart guy. So we'll do him as well. Modify, transform, scale. Roughly there. Let's try that. So there's my characters peeking out. I really love this idea. Well done, Danav. Let's move. We just got to just tidy it up a bit now. So let's tidy up that. Just trying to get these as near as, damn it, to being level. I think that's roughly it, isn't it? There is things I can do, and I'll do it now. Look, if I do this. If I draw a line from between their eyes, you should be able to see if it's bang on horizontal, and you know it's not. So let's sort that out. Let's take my bum guide down, because what I want to do is the line on Jim. So I like Jim's positioning, so I want to move that to the middle of his eyes. And there you are, it's right in the middle of my bum goes, so that we know those two are level. I will move the turd. Let's get that level. That's there. And then Trudy, I'll probably move her down. There we go. And that's them two level. So I now can delete the lines, my guidelines, turn off that, and there is, if I can show you all on screen, the final album cover for Nothing New, Rehashed, Poo. Coming soon! Rightio, as far as songs are concerned, I'm still waiting on Callum regarding I Live in the Woods 2 and Sheriff Poo 2, and therefore I haven't progressed those two songs. All the other songs were finished. I think I updated you guys on that last week. However, I have had the production started via Oliver Cobb, who's doing the production on this album, and he's done 5 mixes so far that I've approved. There's others we've started but have not yet got to the point where I can say, yeah, that's final for the album. So we got 2 turds, obviously. Comments 2, My Bum Goes, which is, it's got a name to it. Poo Everywhere, it's a Trudy song. And then Willy's from Mars 2. So that is the progress on the production. Hopefully more next week. Okay, and now you're caught up with what's been happening in week 7. Thank you for being here. See you potentially on the next one. I hope you're looking forward to my new music coming out, but in the meantime, why not download many of my other tracks by clicking the album cover top left. If you want to watch a previous animation of mine, click the image above, and by clicking the image on the right, you can subscribe to my channel. I'd also be very grateful if you could click the notification bell so you never miss an upload.